On the precipice of win number 20 again. Sneak up on you this time around?
You know, when you're coaching, you never, you don't know your record half the time. You're just preparing for the next game, and you're kind of in that, you think it's coach speak, but you're in that mode of, we got to get ready for this next one, and it's all about who we play and how well we can play that one game. So, there's years where I get done with the year and I don't even know our record. It's done so much in a vacuum.
The defensive effort again, we talked about it after beating UNLV, but it seems like now this year consistently you've been able to put up those kinds of defensive efforts against teams. What's been the biggest difference in your opinion, just being able to do that a couple times this year?
Well, back to the previous question first. 20 wins is a big deal. I mean, that's 4 out of 5 years if we can get to that, and so yeah, it is. It should be a bigger deal. I actually should pay more attention to it because it is. We like milestones, and you get 4 out of 5 years at 20 wins. That's pretty good. To the defensive note, for us to do it that way, I mentioned it after the game. It's what championship teams do. You can't rely on your offense every night, and if we would have been relying on our offense, we would have lost that game. And we got all our defensive goals, and just did a great job on the boards, and that's what won us the game. Our guys were dialed in enough to the scouting report that we made enough scouting report plays, and then when you got big shot Derek to be able to finish it off for you with that. I mean, that layup he made was a great play. He had to get it over the outstretched arms of good luck.
When you look at your defensive numbers this year, the percentages for the opponents are down about 4%, both in field goal and three-point shooting. How does that translate? I mean, how much better are you guys defensively?
Oh, I think we're remarkably better as far as.
You on the road this year. You won for the first time at UNLV. You won for the first time at Utah State, as well as New Mexico.
Yeah.
6 wins, the most since you guys have joined the Mountain West on the road. Sorry. How big of an accomplishment is what you guys have been able to do on the road this season?
Yeah, it's huge, and when you pass those kind of things and do go into you look at history, and a lot of teams haven't gone into those places and won over the course of basketball history. So it's a big deal, and you can't lose perspective of that. And as a coach, I think we talk to these guys about it all the time, and they're embracing it and they're enjoying it. And we were there for a piece of history with the Tark thing, and to be able to play through that atmosphere, that was impressive effort by our guys.
Can you speak, I was going to say, can you speak to the fact that you had injuries, you've got suspensions, you got all these guys, to the way the guys that were in uniform the last few games have stepped up and what they've done?
So proud of them. So and they've done this all year, this kind of thing, and we've you look at last game, we've probably had 5 of our top 10 players out. I mean, that's amazing to go into. If you would have told me at the start of the year, you're going to not have Anthony, you're not going to have Dez, you're not going to have Mike, you're not going to have Tico, I would said I'm not getting on the plane to UNLV. I'm not. So for them to get it done, it's so impressive with the guys that went down there and did it, and just really proud of them.
I know you said after the game you jinxed them in the shoot around about saying how good of shooters they were, but 1 for 18. Could you ever imagine this team going 1 for 18 from 3?
Well, I want to choose my words carefully so I don't jinx them again. But no, the numbers, like I said with Nick early in the season, the numbers they over the course of the season they're going to correct, and 1 for 18 hopefully is an anomaly for us.
You talk about winning 20 with a win, but winning Saturday would also give you 10 in the conference for the first time. What does that say to get 10 with 4 more games to go?
Well, we want to keep improving, and we want to improve in the short term with this team, but we're trying to improve this program year in and year out. We want to be in the upper echelon of the Mountain West year in and year out, and that's our goal for this program. And so, we're headed in that direction. I feel like our young guys are getting great experience this year. We're not just leaning all on the shoulders of the seniors, but we're getting good minutes for the young guys that are learning how to play, and I think we're seeing some of them blossom right in front of our eyes.
We talked a lot about your guys' position, for the tournament and things like that, and now Joel already has you in the field, and you look at the fact that you have 3 home games left and you play so well at home, and with the 5 games left, do you feel like there's a chance here for you guys to finish this thing strong going into the tournament?
That's our goal, and we know everyone is going to be a tough game, and everything's a fine line with this team and with this league, and if we don't come out and play our best at 1 o'clock on Saturday against Nevada, then we're going to be in trouble. And so we have to have a sense of urgency to this thing, and I think our guys do. So they're in a good place mentally. I think they're pretty fresh. We got through the stretch when we were down some soldiers. Now we got them back, and so I think that that could help us.
It seems like when you've talked about Anthony going down or being without Tigo and Mikey, guys talk about guys accepting roles and things like that. Any guys that have kind of stood out who maybe their roles have changed because of that, or
yeah, absolutely. Right off the top of my head, Joe Hanstead. That's tough to do. Is you sit for months, and then we ask you to go win the game for us. And it's a credit to his character and his. A lot of kids wouldn't stay positive through all that. He's just such a good team guy. He'll do whatever it takes for the team, and it's just it's really impressive. The neat thing too is a guy like Kevin Allen. He hasn't played for a long time, but he's kept a great attitude. He showed me some things in practice where he's getting better. We gave him a chance, and he went in and really contributed at a time where we were struggling to score. He gave us 2 big buckets.
I was going to ask you about Kevin. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, since Anthony's been out, I know that's probably affected the lineup a little bit. What's maybe been the most noticeable difference without him in there, with guys maybe having to play, I don't say out of position, but maybe having to change around a bit?
Yeah, and that it also throws a wrench in the whole plans when you start playing good and you got suspensions and you got shorthanded, then you got injuries, and so you're always trying to adjust. And that part of that's college basketball, but there's some teams that go a whole year and never have to change lineups and stuff, and it becomes a lot easier. So again, it's a credit to our guys, their resiliency and just the team attitude that they're all doing things to help the team.
I know it's always challenging to me about playing the map.
AJ West is just a monster on the boards, and they have explosive guards that can light up a scoreboard, at any given time. So, they're one of those teams that can be really, really good if you let them do what they want to do, and if you don't play your best basketball against them.
I know with Kevin it was only 4 points, but both those baskets were nice baskets, and the fact that he hadn't even played in 3 or 4 games before that. What should we make of that? Is he showing? Like you said,
absolutely. And with Kevin, I think he has a clear understanding too. It's a long-term thing. If he can, I always tell these guys, I don't care who plays. I'm going to try to do what's best for the team at all times. And if he keeps improving, he's going to find a way back out on the court. And I think he took that to heart. And like I said, it's a credit to his character and his maturing. So I'm really proud of him.
Chandler's effectiveness wasn't quite up to par, but his aggressiveness really was last night.
He was pretty effective the first 6-7 minutes of that second half. Yeah.
What is he getting better at specifically? What
Well,
have you seen him grow at?
he's getting, strength so much is mental. We had a kid, Adam Morrison, who was a skinny, wiry guy, but he was one of the toughest, strongest kids you ever coached. And when guys just decide they're going to be tough and strong, they can get balls, they can finish plays, and I think Chandler's starting to realize that he doesn't have to be 240 pounds to go get rebounds. He was ripping them away from their guys, and he was finishing on the break, and so that's progress for Chandler.
Boise State's got another Fiesta Bowl celebration on Saturday. One, it brings people in. 2, have you gotten your hands on the trophy? Have you had a night with it? Did you take it back home with you or anything?
No, they have not. I'd like to get my private time with the trophy in the off season. So, no, what a great accomplishment. And the crazy thing was, I looked up and the football was talking about spring ball in about 18 days or whatever, and I went, no, you guys just played yesterday in the Fiesta Bowl. The time just flies by during the season because we're on from game to game to game. But it's been almost 50 days. But hey, this is great. Let's get Bronco Nation out. Let's have a great celebration, and that's a big time accomplishment to go in and win the Fiesta Bowl.